So I was talking and just got off a call with a friend of mine that inspired an analogy that I want to share with you guys. My sweet friend also lost a son, and she's, I think, 7 years into her grieving process, and is just such a support for me. And that's, oh, there's so much to talk about today. I have too many thoughts actually, and I'm trying to keep these short. So, tribe, creating your tribe is so important. Your grief tribe, if you will, is so important because there are two aspects, that have been working for me, at least with my grief. And one is my tribe, where I actually can talk about it and not feel uncomfortable or as if I'm burdening someone. And my silence, my meditation, because when you're silent in silence and in meditation, you can hear and you can process, which leads to the analogy I wanted to share with you guys, which is grief is somewhat like gardening. And I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous and also spring inspired, but I was thinking about the concept of all the information and all the seeds that were planted in your being up to the point where you had and experienced your loss. Like for example, Thomas Merton, Lao Tzu, Gandhi, just it goes, the influencers in my life and the seed planters in my life goes deep, from God, Kurt Vonnegut to Camus, to every bit of information that you've gathered that affected you are seeds. And then there are new kinds of seeds since I've lost my son and my dad, that are now kind of being nurtured and growing. And I've gathered those seeds from all kinds of interesting spaces. But then I go into my garden and I water those seeds in silence. I nurture them. I listen. I allow them to grow. And so for me, I kind of go out into the world, but really process this experience in my grief garden, I guess. Let's call it a grief garden. So, but then going back to the tribe, it's so important also to surround yourself with people who you really, really can be yourself with your grief in front of and with, because just sharing with other people who really identify with where you're at is such a growing experience, because you get to talk it out, and then you can go back to your garden and meditate and be in your silence and have that true connection. Because I feel like healing is such an interesting word for grief, because it's not so much healing that we do, it's growing that we do. We grow with grief. Back to grief being my friend, it's real. You grow with it. So healing suggests something so different, and I suppose you can say healing, but it's really growing. So grow your gardens, and give yourself the silence that you need to hear the seeds that you planted. So that was what I wanted to share. I hope you guys have an awesome day.